Hello everybody, welcome to the Exploded View project. In this project we're going to take either a custom model or an existing model that we've created, and we're going to pull it apart over time to show all the bits and pieces and the components that make up the project. It'll give the viewer a better understanding of what went into the model, how it goes together, and it'll be an effective presentation piece. For this project we could select all the individual components, all of the little bits and pieces of our model, and we could animate those independently. And we could certainly do that for the project, or we could learn how to use this concept called set-driven keys to build dependent animations. The notion of set-driven keys is the basic concept for building a full character rig or a full animation rig, and the idea is that you can create dependent kinds of animations so that much like we did with inverse kinematics, you can build relationships so that when you move something, it causes other things to move or react. And we're gonna take set-driven keys and use them in a relatively simple way so that we can explode our model or explode our model in pieces and have a lot of control with just one or two components. And so in order to do that, I'll demonstrate outside of my project file. But for this demo, I'm going to get started with my robot project from the previous class. Now, I'm just going to get you oriented to the way I have this set up. I'm inside my motion class folder. I've created an exploded folder, and inside exploded, I've copied from my previous class folder or my previous project file. I've copied my previous robot project, and I've called it Exploded Robot 01. Now, I'm going to go back into Cinema 4D. I'm going to make sure that this is saved. I'm going to save the project that I'm working on. Now, I haven't done anything. I've modified the background a little bit for presentation, and I'll continue to refine that over time. But I'm immediately going to do a file save as and save it as version 2. Now, you might be scratching your head saying, well, you haven't done anything. Why would you save it as a second version of the file? And the reason is that eventually I'm going to jump in and I'm going to start modifying and playing with things, and there's a fair chance that I might break something, that I might mess up the rig, or I might inadvertently create some, delete some parts that I might not catch until later, or I might move some things around and misregister them. And if so, I can always go back into my previous file, pick up some parts that I need, or just start over from the ground up in a neutral state. So that's my strategy. I'll encourage you to follow that, and we'll get started by looking at the basics of set-driven keys, and we'll do that in its own presentation. So we'll catch up in the next presentation.